Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I don't know why I've been waiting to make this video for a while, but then today I was kind of like, alright, we're gonna make, hold on, I'm not liking the sound right now. I feel like, I don't know, so we're gonna try to see if we can, I'm trying to, okay, long story short, try to like, up my setup game or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna try out this mic that I got and see what it's like. I've used it to record before, but I haven't used it to record on my camera because it doesn't connect to my camera. So we're gonna see what it's looking like. Okay. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me now better. But yeah, like I've been saying, I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, and I've just been putting it off. And then I kind of was telling myself, like, yo, Tima, you need to make this video because what I'm about to talk about has been very helpful for me. So it's like, why would I not want to share it with the family? You know what I'm saying? Why would I not want to tell you guys about it? So here I am, and I'm going to speak to you guys about it. So this video, the title, I don't know what I'm going to title it yet, but like, I have an idea, kind of. It's going to be about body image. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I don't even know how we got to this topic, but like, to be honest, we be talking about a lot of things, and I don't understand like how, you just have good conversations and but yeah, so we were talking about body image, and I was like, yo, oh my gosh, I want to go pull up like exactly, okay, I can do it. I was like, I want to go pull up exactly what I said because I don't remember, because it was a long time ago. Not like a long time ago, but you ever say something and then like you forget? Like my memory's bad. I be saying things and then I'll like, people be like, oh my gosh, that's deep or whatever. But I'll like forget like right after. Not like right after, but I'll like forget. Like I just say things and I'm not like, I don't hold on to those things, which is weird because I'm an overthinker. Where is it? Oh my god. Yeah. I can't. What did I used to say? Like I'm sorry it's taking this long, but I'm looking for it because I can't remember what I said. Oh yeah. So basically, I was talking. What I said was, I love my body because it's armor and it's a home for my soul. And it was like, why I'm bringing this up and why like I took time to look for that is because basically, so we all know that like body image is like it's a big topic, especially for women. I'm only speaking from a point of a woman because I am a woman. I can not speak for men, but I'm sure it probably does affect men, maybe in a different capacity that I may not be aware of. But for me, I think the biggest change in my life was when I stopped looking at my body a certain way. And you're gonna be like, what? I'm about to tell you. I changed my mindset of how I started looking at my body. I started seeing my body for its functional use and what my body allowed me to do, whereas like not looking at like how my body looked for like how it looked when I looked in the mirror. because it was, I became more appreciative of like, oh, I'm able to, like, recently I've liked working out, but I want to explain this in a way that it's, that's why I was not trying to make this video, because I feel like I can't explain my thoughts like that, which is so bad. But yeah, I started looking at it as like a functional thing, like my body allows me to live, and like it stores my, like, who I am, the core of who I am, because I'm not my body, but I'm like my soul, you know? You understand what I'm trying to say? But yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. And then like, so it's like it allows me to take in good food and stuff like that. And when I looked at it like that, then I was like, ooh, like my whole view on food, nutrition, and everything changed, because it was like I'm eating to nourish my body. So it wasn't like me being, I mean, it wasn't me being nitpicky and being like, oh, I can't eat this because I'm gonna gain weight, I'm gonna do this. I always loved food. I'm a foodie, so that might be it too. But it's like I need to nourish my body so that my body allows me to do the things I want to do, and that's what food became for me. So it was like not really trying to suppress myself from it. I don't even know if that's a word, or restrict my dieting or whatever, or my diet. I'm eating for enjoyment and to nurture my body. Like that's what it is. It's not, so that's why I wanted to make this video, because like it's not done. We still have more to talk about, so don't go anywhere. But I'm just saying, because it this changing this mindset just a little bit affected me in so many other ways, where like I didn't even really fully realize this. And I feel like when I have kids, whether, like, I'm specifically saying like when I have a daughter or something like that, like I want to instill this into them, because like I said, fitness wise, it was, I want to take care of my body and I want to exercise because my body does so much to take care of me and to help my soul and to just help me show up into the world. And so like even when I work out because it feels good. I don't have like a fitness goal. Like I joke around and I say my fitness goal is I just want to be able to fit into the clothes that I have, and that's it. Like I don't, like, for the longest time, I don't weigh myself. The only time that I know what my weight is when I go to the doctors and they weigh me. So like maybe once a year I'll find out what my weight is, because you're supposed to get like, yeah, about like once a year I'll know what my weight is. I'm not actively trying to be on a scale. I'm not actively doing stuff. And also the most important thing for women out there, because I've had like my friends ask me questions about things, and I was just like, and I feel like, I don't know, like I grew up like not talking about things like that, like certain things like UTIs, all of that, you know, yeast infections, all that. One important thing about changing how you see your body as a functional being is that like you're so in tune with your body. So I'm in tune with my body. So I'm very conscious of what's going on with my body. So when something's wrong, I'm also conscious of that. And that can be very healthy. I mean, that can be very useful for you, because your body is very telling, and it lets you know like your health. Your body can tell you where your health is, like, you know, it lets you know like if you're okay or not. Like one example I'm gonna give, so I had something that was wrong with me, and like my body was telling me, you know what, I don't even care, not I care I don't even care to like not share this, it's not that deep. So basically I was feeling very like not well, okay? And all the symptoms that I had were pointing to a yeast infection, right? I've never had a yeast infection in my life before this. Spoiler alert, I had a yeast infection, right? So I was like, trying to figure out, like, I was like, do I have one? Do I not have one? I didn't want to, like, because it was during, like, you know, these times, and I wasn't trying to go. I was trying to I'm that person who, like, tries to figure out what's wrong with my body. Like, so I was, like, trying to figure out, like, what what could it be, what could it be, and all the signs were like, oh, it's a yeast infection, it's a yeast infection. But I didn't want to like treat myself for a yeast infection if I didn't have one. So I didn't want to go get like the medicine and stuff for that if that's not what I had. Because I took a microbiology class, and you know, you're not supposed to take any medicine for like stuff like that, you know, because it kills like the good microbes and stuff like that. Not like that, but I mean like, you know, like antibiotics are good, but they can also be bad too. So it's like I don't want to be taking this medication and it doesn't work, and like my symptoms still arise. So I was like, okay, went on here and I looked up some things, and I forget whose channel I was watching, and she was like, oh, you can go get this test from the drugstore to see if like you actually have one, right? So I did the little test or whatever. The test came negative, and I was just so conflicted because I was like, my body is telling me that this is a yeast infection, okay? Like this is nothing else. This is what my body is telling me. I know this test is supposed to be right and whatever, but my body is telling me it is a yeast infection. Like this is what it is. Like I know, like I was like so mad because I was like, this test is wrong. This test is wrong. Come to find out, like the test was wrong because there was another factor, because I was gonna have my period too, so that made the test wonky. But I was like, okay, so I was like trying to make this decision, and I was like, do I want to listen to this test and like not think that it is, and then go treat this, or like I was so conflicted, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna trust my body and I'm gonna go get the medication for the yeast infection. And literally after the first day of like doing the little things or whatever, I started feeling so much better. And it was like, moral of the story, because this is getting long, is when you start seeing your body as like a functional being, or you're more in tune with your body because you're not fixated on like the superficial. Like obviously everyone wants to look good. Like I don't want to look bad. Like look how I popped up on this camera. Like for real, you don't want to look bad. But it's like also you don't like, but you get so hung up on that where it's like it can be very negative, and it can be a very negative mindset, you know? But more of the story is, if you use the way that you look with the way that you the relationship that you have with your body, okay, can really help with when it comes to health things and all of that. Because I use this app called Flow, and I track everything. I track discharge, I track everything. Like, and it's been nothing but useful to me in a lot of situations, just like this one where I'm like, okay, like I knew something was wrong. Like that was just one example. But yeah, I know I touched on fitness in a little bit, and like I'm sorry this is like out of order, but I'm gonna talk about fitness now. So this kind of started back when I was like back at school. I was trying to do yoga for like, you know, because college is stressful. College is stressful AF. So I started doing yoga and stuff like that. Um, and I just noticed that like this is I noticed that like when I wasn't in the yoga studio, like you know, the breathing and stuff like that, when I was in stressful situations outside of there, I could use that to, you know, like I would just go into that mode where I would just start breathing and like meditating unconsciously, just not having to be in the studio like or at a yoga class to do that. So bringing that back to now is like I do yoga a lot more. I actually bought myself a yoga mat, some yoga blocks or whatever. And I do it a lot more, but I do it now for like mindfulness and like knowing that like my body needs it or I need it, because you can just feel like the tightness of your body. Well, I do. I personally carry a lot of stress in my body, which is why it's good that I be listening to her. Um, so like I use it to be more mindful, and it also makes me appreciate my body a lot more. I'm not saying like, yo, I'm good at yoga and I can do all the yoga poses, but just like hip openers, I love hip openers so much. They're really good for like stress, because apparently you carry a lot of stress in your hips, and that makes a lot of sense to me now. Because I'm like, okay, but I love doing hip openers. I just go on like YouTube. I go on here and I just like type in. I've been following Jasmine. been following hers. Today I just did a Divine Feminine one, which was really good because that's also another thing. I did a video a little bit ago about like a clap back to like feminine videos and stuff like that. But it's like when you change the mindset of like what your body means to you and what it is to you, that also can help with how you express your femininity or all of that. Because it's for me, because I don't really care about like I said, I like to look good, but it's not the main, like that's not my main function of my body, and that's not like why I appreciate my body. So it's like I just like I have that. I just realized that like it doesn't matter what my body looks like. I contain that feminine energy within me, and it is what it is. Like you can't tell me otherwise. But yeah, and that goes along with like fitness too, which I keep on like going back to and jumping around. But so like I finally got a gym membership like a couple months ago, like 2 3 months ago, and I love going to the gym. I love going to the gym because like when I was little, like and I was in gym class, I never sweated because I was never putting in the work like that. I've always had like a kind of like athletic-ish body. Like I had like defined arms. I was like slim, you know. Didn't really start putting on weight until I went to college like that, to be honest. So I wasn't really like, you know, didn't really do sports like that. But yeah, so like now when I go to the gym, I like gym to sweat. Like I just like, and I just feel great. It's a great stress reliever for me. And it's just like, it's great. And it's like, I feel like when you take away like that, when I go to the gym, I'm not like, oh, I have like a, obviously I'm like, ooh, I want my glutes to look good. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, I want my glutes to look good, you know, my stomach, I want it to be a little bit slender, you know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end goal, like I'm not like, I go to work out because it feels great too. So it's like, I feel like I get more done and I'm able to push myself more because it's like, I'm there to feel good and I'm there to do something. I'm not saying that like, oh, if you want to go to the gym, you shouldn't have a defined goal. Like I'm saying, I do have like goals where I'm like, I want my glutes to look good, you know, I want my legs to look good, I want my tummy to look good. But it's like it's easier for me to not stress myself out and to push myself more because I'm just like, yo, do I feel like am I when I'm in tune and I'm like, yo, am I really like putting my all into this today? Like today, I think I was like, because I haven't been to the gym for a while, so I wasn't feeling good. So I had worked myself up to like 75 pounds at least, and about like 6 reps. Not telling you this to be like, oh, you should be doing this. This is just what I do. I work. I call it the pyramid. Someone told me that there's like actual method for it, but I can't remember the name. So I'll work my way up from like 10 to 75 on each machine, and then I'll go from 75 to or 70, whatever it is, to 10. I call it the pyramid because you know whatever. I don't really know what it's called. If you know, leave it below. I mean, I just call it the pyramid now. That's just my thing. But yeah, so that's what I do. But before I wasn't feeling well. I think I went up to like I started at because 10 and 20 really are like easy for me now. So I think I went up to like 40 and then I went to like 100 or I was trying to go up to 100. I think I got up to 100. But because I haven't been there for like 2-ish 3 weeks or whatever, I like kind of had to start all over again. So I kind of had to check myself today and be like, yo, like are you actually pushing yourself or are you just playing around right now? But it's like because I feel and I'm like I know what my body can take and I know when I'm not doing, you know, because you don't feel like going or you're like, oh my gosh, these were especially when I'm like working my way down and I get to 40 and I'm like, yo, 40 was hard enough. Like 20 pounds and 10 pounds are really just cool downs, but I'm like, you made it to 40. You can do this. Like, you know what your body's capable of. And I feel like that's why I'm so thankful for like, and I have that mindset where I'm more appreciative of my body, of what it's able to do, because it's able to do things like that. And it's just when I turn into the mindset of gratitude for my body, it just changed a lot of like how I see myself, how I carry myself. And it's also helped because I feel like when people say things to me about my body, it doesn't hit me well, because I'm like, as long as my body's functioning the way that, like, you know, it's keeping me alive, it's keeping me healthy for the most part. Like, if you say that, like, my tummy looks fat or anything, like, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't really affect me as much. But yeah, I feel like, is that everything that I want to touch on? For real, for real? Yeah, and I feel like one last note, because, you know, you've been sitting here so patiently. One last thing is that I feel like it's also very, it's turned, like, the way that I see my body as beautiful, or the way that, like, I see myself as attractive, is in a different way, in a more, like, deeper level with that, where I'm like, I'm so appreciative of what my body's able to do. It's beautiful to me and all of that. It's in a different type of, like, it's a different type of way. Like, it's a deeper form of self-love that, like, you only experience with yourself. And it's like me being able to, you know, like, lotion up with I have this CBD oil that's like massage oil or something from Shea Moisture, and like, even like me being more attentive with how I lotion my body and just like how I love on my body. And it's so different that, like, you can't even, like, no one else can give you that. And it also translates into how I let other people treat me too, and how, what I accept and what I don't accept, you know? But yeah, I've been rambling on forever. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's start a conversation down below. Um, yeah, I just want to make this video because I feel like it'd be helpful to somebody. Because I didn't really, like, I unconsciously kind of experienced this on my own. But I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. But also let me know, like, how do you like the setup? Because we're actually using the ring light that I bought. Which I've been so lazy. I've been trying to do natural light, but like, I need to also like try something else too. And me, like, how's the sound? Obviously, like, I'm gonna see this when I'm editing, but like, tell me how you like the sound and everything. And I will see you guys in the next one, which I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, tell me, guys, tell me what you guys want to see. Okay, done the makeup ones and, you know, stuff like that. But like, I personally like doing, sometimes I like doing my makeup, and sometimes I don't because they don't be coming out right. But I like doing that and like talking about things. But like, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm like a talker. I'm not a talker. I'm like actually like an introvert, but like, I will talk to you guys, and I will talk to you guys about topics that you guys want to hear if I'm knowledgeable about it, or you just want to hear my thoughts about it. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for sharing your time with me, because you really didn't have to, and time is so valuable. So I appreciate you for giving this time to me. And just after you watch this, go take a little bowl bath or whatever. Go light some candles, you know. Go get yourself some apple cider, but not even like regular apple cider. Get yourself the white grape apple cider. My dollar store has one. I got it chilling in my freezer right now. I'm about to drink some. You should go do that. Lotion up. You know, do whatever you need to do. Okay? Just have some alone time, read a book or something. And yeah, this was the longest outro ever. But I will see you in the next one, okay?